Talking about the Chiefs at this point is a little boring. They don't lose. They have the best defense in the league. They never trail in fourth quarters. And that's the part that I think irritates me the most. They've played 7 games this year, Demonze. Okay? 7 games, 7 fourth quarters, 15 minutes every fourth quarter, 7 times 15, 105 fourth quarter minutes. They have trailed for 9 of those minutes. They have trailed in the fourth quarter for 9 minutes this year. They have led for the entirety of the fourth quarter in 5 of the games. The Charger game, they were briefly tied, and the Bengal game, they trailed for 9 minutes. That's it. And they are discussed like, oh man, the Chiefs squeak by again. It's just not true. It's not true.
I think they squeak by. They are winning. Like, none of their games, they don't blow anybody out. And I do think a little bit of that is what's in folks' heads. It's because, especially with a team like the Raiders, when they had already previously been talking trash to them, and then you go and you can't even beat them by like 10, 14 maybe.
No.
It's like,
okay, but 7, so here's the thing
like
that is so frustrating about it to me. Here's the thing that's frustrating about that to me. Everyone falls all over themselves about these blowout wins by teams that also lose a lot. I spent all last week having everyone lay flowers at Baltimore's feet. A Baltimore team that the Chiefs beat this season. Everyone's like, oh, it was before they knew how to use Derrick Henry. Like, I don't know, hand him the ball is how I think you use Derrick Henry. Like it was some physics experiment that they hadn't quite balanced the equation yet. They're like, they hadn't figured out how to use this 6'4", 240-pound running back. I'm like, I don't know. What did they went in the lab and they're like, oh, we hand him the ball. Okay, great, fine. So the Ravens, all week, I heard, oh, if the Ravens played the Chiefs right now, they would kill them. Maybe that's true, but you know who the Ravens wouldn't kill? The Browns, who they lost to. And all this week, I'm going to hear about the Lions, because the Lions just scored 50 points. Meanwhile, the Chiefs haven't lost since Christmas Day. Since then, they've beaten everyone that matters in the league. Everyone. Tell me a team that matters and the Chiefs have beat them, except for, I guess, the Lions and the Packers, because they haven't played them. But have they beaten Cincinnati in that stretch? Yes, twice. Have they beaten Baltimore in that stretch? Yes, twice. Have they beaten San Francisco? Yes. Have they beaten the Bills? Yes. Who else am I forgetting? Oh, they got the Raiders back. Not that the Raiders matter, but the Raiders were the last team who beat them. Have they beat the best team in the NFC South? Yep, the Atlanta Falcons. Have they beaten the second best team in their own division? Yep, the Chargers. But that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these games being fake close, okay? Since the opening 2 weeks, they played the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons trailed for every second of the second half. They scored 3 second half points, and they lost. They played the Chargers. The Chargers scored 10 straight points in the first 10 minutes of the game. They then got shut out the rest of the way, never led in the final 25 minutes of the game, and lost. They then played the Saints on Monday Night Football. The Saints trailed the entire game. The Chiefs won by 2 touchdowns. They then played the 49ers in a game they were underdogs in. Oh yeah, they've beaten the 49ers not once in this stretch, twice. Once in the Super Bowl and once 2 weeks ago. In that Niner game, the Chiefs were up 28-12 with a minute left. They're up 16 with a minute left against the Niners. 28-12, and people are like, oh, why don't they blow people out? I don't know, man. Is 28-12 on the road against a team that's favored to win the NFC at the 2-minute warning any good? And then against the Raiders, they're up 14 at the 2-minute warning. So yeah, I am annoyed at how this team is discussed. They have the best defense in the league, the best coach in the league, the best special teams in the league. They are only getting better. They are dealing with massive injuries on offense. And by the way, Patrick Mahomes, for as bad as his numbers have been, you know where he's been the best quarterback in football this year? The fourth quarter. 0 turnovers, a 111 passer rating, 72% completions, and so it's just dumb. I just think it's dumb, and this is the second longest, only the 1990 San Francisco 49ers have had a longer winning streak to start a season as a 2-time defending champ, and all we're doing is talking about what's wrong with them. And I'm crazy, maybe, but I think that there's more things wrong with the teams that lose a lot. The Ravens lose every other game. They're this amazing team that has lost 4 of their last 9, and this year 3 of 8. So they lose. What are we, I just don't, oh my gosh, the Buffalo Bills are going to be the new team. The Buffalo Bills have lost twice already, once by 4 touchdowns. Everyone is going to lay flowers at Detroit's feet this week. A Detroit team, by the way, that lost already. And you want to talk about close wins? They have an overtime win and a field goal at the gun win 1 week ago. But because they just dropped 50 on Mason Rudolph's team, we're like, oh, the Lions. It's just dumb. I'm not even mad because my team's just going to win the Super Bowl again. I just wish people weren't dumb. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.